Oh, okay, we've been off of YouTube for a frickin' week, and I hope y'all were watching yesterday. We popped up on Facebook to talk about the Fauci emails. Let me tell you about Fauci emails. Here's what they do. We're completely vindicated. One of the things that we've been right on top of over here at the BFM is, holy shit, are we right a lot? And we're not just right a lot, we're right first a lot. We started talking about the problems that would be that one could expect from an event like the pandemic that we've just been through a solid month and a half or 2 months before anybody was really digging into it. And our criticisms, our early criticisms, everything keeps getting vindicated. There was the conversation, hey, guess what? We get to talk about the Wuhan lab leak theory now. It has gone so mainstream that the early articles saying that oh god, who was it? Tom Cotton repeats already debunked conspiracy theory. Oh, that those headlines have been stealth edited now. Now he repeats theory that has been disputed by scientists. He's been upgraded from debunked conspiracy theorist to disputed fringe theorist. And it's not going to be long before any honest paper will say Tom Cotton was a freaking prophet. So, morning sunshine. Let me switch the camera. So I had to do it on the main camera for the gag because the gag was just too good to pass up.
And I don't have long. I just I'm kind of ghosting my own meeting here. Shh, don't tell anybody. But yeah, give us the total win today. Give everybody like us the total win. Give it to Steven Crowder. He's also coming back to YouTube. I will not repeat some of the things that I think got us the yeet stick a week ago. However, I strongly suspect that outside of a couple of super specific topics, we could have the exact same show that we had a week ago and would not get the yeet stick because, oh Lord, has the ball moved down the field with these Fauci emails.
Enormously. And yeah, since you mentioned it, let's go ahead and throw that up there. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Thursday. It's Total Win Thursday, and the total win goes to everybody who saw this shit coming to begin with.
This guy so much sack. He protect, he attack. This why no more homoerotic rocket ranches. Got it? Got it. Oh jeez. So much wang.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah. So, all right. So, yeah, Cameron, buddy. what? Since I've only got you for a minute, let's. What you got?
Well, I just want to say, well, I feel like Razor Fist says it best. So, incoming. But fuck you.
Oh yes. Right, fuck you. I was right. Fuck you. I was right. Fuck you. I was right.
I mean.
Thank you, Razor.
Yes, thank you. And now I have to go back to my jobby job. But I had to be here. Welcome back. We're pilgrims in an unholy land again. It's clear that we're not allowed to have the wrong thing. But turns out we weren't wrong. Total win to us.
Yeah. All right.
Later, buddy.
Later, brother. And that said, oh, what is that? That's a totally redacted Fauci email. What? Okay. Guys, I'm not going to rehash the emails this morning. There's a lot coming out of those emails. I'm still reading through them myself. I've got a comment. Jamie says, from my sources, this is the tip of the iceberg. Oh, so very much. Because what do we know for sure from these emails? What do we know absolutely for certain from these emails? When Fauci was sparring with Rand Paul under oath, he perjured himself because he said under sworn testimony, we did not fund gain-of-function research in China. We now know that to be absolutely false. And here's the thing that here's the thing that really bothers me. The whole argument, you see, Fauci's been an active proponent of gain of function research for a long time, and his argument, the theory is that he wants to study making diseases more and more dangerous, right? And they call it gain of function because you're not allowed to research biological weapons anymore. So what they do instead is they say, okay, we're going to do things, we're going to graft different types of functions into these various diseases so that we can study different variations of the diseases so that if one of them happens to occur naturally and cause a pandemic, or if somebody illegally weaponizes the virus, then we've studied several variations and we have a little bit of a lead, a little bit of a head start on how to deal with a pandemic caused by one of these diseases. So my question there is, if you spent our tax money on doing that kind of research for the purpose of being prepared to counteract such a disease, and then as a result of that research being poorly handled by the lowest possible bidder under Chinese communist control, the disease got out, then my question is this: where's all the preparation that we were supposed to get for the disease out of studying the disease that became the pandemic? You did the lab tests. You did the gain of function work. You made the disease extra dangerous, sir. Did you not, in the course of that research, give any thought to how to deal with the pandemic? Did you just not do that part of the work? Because that's what it looks like. You made the disease more dangerous on the theory that you could study it and be better prepared to deal with it if it got out. And then it got out. I want y'all to remember something that I said early last year. Right about the time Tom Cotton was getting railroaded for suggesting that there was a lab leak. I pointed out back then, guys, as a matter of practical tacticality, it never mattered for the purposes of dealing with and containing and defeating the virus, whether it came from a wet market or a bat or a lab. Didn't matter if it was an intentionally executed biological attack or if it was just the innocent consumption of gutter oil whooping cough, as Dr. Randomer so eloquently put it. Every time you get a case of, bird flu or snake herpes or turtle cooties it's coming from China. And the fact of the matter is, whether it's an intentional release or an accidental entanglement, that's irrelevant to the response in dealing with the fact of the pandemic. Now, what comes after that, what comes after dealing with the pandemic and getting the disease under control and stemming the rapid hemorrhaging of lives, that is where the difference matters. If it just accidentally developed, if it just naturally developed and crossed into the population, that's one thing. But if it was the result of negligence in a scientific facility, especially one that we funded, then there need to be serious consequences. There need to be people fired, et cetera, et cetera. If it turns out that was intentional, those consequences need to include fire. right? If it turns out that it was intentionally done by the CCP, there should not be a living member of the CCP leadership remaining by the end of this year. That is where the tactical difference matters between a lab leak and a natural occurrence. Okay? And that's... I really don't have much more to say about it right now. This is going to be a short show. I'm about to wrap it up in just a minute here. I do want to take a minute. This is our first day back on YouTube. We got yeeted last week for talking about stuff that is now clearly, we've been vindicated over some of the things we said last week, and I have not made any claims about the efficacy of the virus or the efficacy of any of the countermeasures in this video, but last week showed us clearly that the censors have got us in their sights. We are at risk of having our channel removed, and so I want you all to take a moment and go look us up on Rumble and or Odyssey, Daily Motion, BitChute, PocketApp.net. Go to the various, and even follow us on Facebook. And absolutely, if you're not already, hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Go ahead and ding the bell, get the notification, and Steve points out we were discussing opinions of the V word, made no claims. That is correct. So, y'all go check us out on those alternate platforms. And hey, every morning after this show, I download this video from the save spot, and I re-upload it to every serviceable alternative platform that I can, where I cannot just actively live stream to. And we are hearing more news about PocketApp.net and Rumble and a few others that are starting to get their live streaming up and running. So as soon as those are available to us, we will be live streaming at those other locations. And actually, now that I'm saying it occurs to me I need to go and check real quick on what our status is with Daily Motion, because we should have been live streaming there already. And I'm just going to take a quick peek and see if we're live there. We appear not to be. But that's okay too. Because I'm just going to upload this right after the show's over. So, thanks for watching this morning. Go check us out on the alternative platforms. Like, share, and subscribe, or follow, or whatever it is that their equivalent is. And we will see you guys tomorrow morning. First Friday of the month. We don't have Cameron tomorrow, so it's going to be Firearms Friday with me alone. And I will see you tomorrow.